It was supposed to be just another online date, simple, casual, hopefully enjoyable. We decided to meet at a park, a public place where we could talk and get to know each other better. I thought I'd done my due diligence. We chatted for weeks online, and he seemed like a decent guy, but sometimes appearances can be deceiving. We started with some light conversation as we walked, eventually finding a quiet bench to sit on. Things were going smoothly, and then the topic of commuting came up. "So, do you drive to work?" he asked, his tone friendly enough. "Yep, every day. How about you?" I replied, thinking nothing of it. "I take public transport. How come you don't take the train?" he inquired, his curiosity seemingly genuine. I hesitated for a moment, then said, "Well, I'm not really a fan of public transport. Plus, I get free parking at work, so it's a win-win for me." He nodded, but didn't let it go. "Why don't you like public transport?" I sighed, feeling a bit uncomfortable, but deciding to be honest. A few years ago, some jerk stuck his hand up my skirt when I was getting off the train. So anyway, I barely finished my sentence when he interrupted, leaning closer with an unsettling glint in his eye. Did he do it like this? Before I could react, his hand was under my skirt, moving quickly and with deliberate purpose. He reached high enough to touch the gusset of my stockings. I froze, my mind reeling in disbelief. This was supposed to be a safe date, a normal conversation, and here he was, violating my trust in broad daylight, as if reenacting my trauma was some sort of twisted joke. "What the hell are you doing?" I snapped, finally finding my voice and shoving his hand away. He pulled back, not looking the least bit ashamed, just curious, as if he performed some casual experiment. I stood up, my heart pounding in my chest, anger and fear swirling together. "That is not okay. What made you think that was remotely acceptable?" He shrugged, the nonchalance in his demeanor making my skin crawl. "I just wanted to know how it happened," he said, as if that explained everything. "Well, now you know," I spat back, backing away from him. "And you can forget about this date ever going anywhere." I turned and walked away, not looking back. The rest of the day was a blur of anger and confusion. How could someone think that was an appropriate way to treat another person? But I learned something that day. Trust your instincts and never ignore the red flags, no matter how small they might seem. Enjoyed the story? Click the link in the description to grab the full book of juicy tales.